the other side of the coin. We got a call from Senator Feingold, Senator Cole, or President Obama. It offered you $10 million for economic stimulus grant. What would you spend the money on?
Wow. First of all, I'd be very happy to get a phone call from President Obama or the other two gentlemen that you mentioned. They're all great guys. So that would be the first thrilling part. And then $10 million would also be very thrilling, too, if that was going to come into our community. Again, I wouldn't get to make all the decisions, so I don't want to say that it would be just my wish list. I think one of the things that we do need to work on is our infrastructure. Right now, the Public Works Department will tell you that we build our roads to last about 30 years, and we replace them in 100 of them. That's a huge problem, and we talk about that all the time. We build things right now in the city of La Crosse. We get, we get funds approved and we build them, but then we don't know how to take care of them. We don't have the money for it. So there are buildings, roads, other infrastructure that I definitely think that we would want to look at first, because we are behind, very behind on that.
I will start off by saying a lot of the projects that we go through don't always need to be done. Just because we put a road in and we built it the last 70 years doesn't mean it has to be replaced after 70 years. A lot of these roads will take a lot more use. I just talked to a gentleman yesterday who I was impressed with. He said, yeah, I just got notice that they're going to replace the road here, and we both walked out and looked at it, and it sure didn't look like it needed to be replaced to me. These are things you're only going to find by getting out there and talking to people and hearing suggestions just like that. I don't think he called anybody else, but me just going out there and knocking on his door, I was able to make myself aware of that. As far as where we would spend the money, I think we've got to go back towards more public hearing processes. In the past few years, we've gotten away from hearing from as many people when we go towards the capital improvement budget. It's been narrowed down already before it comes to a public hearing process. And I know back in Pat Zilke's day, once again, we heard from a lot more people, and the whole list of capital improvements was on an agenda for public hearings, so people were able to come in and voice their input, what they think are the most important projects are to move forward with. So if we get $10 million coming from up top, I think we got to open the doors, let the public in, make a call out and say, we got the money, where should we spend it? I'm not going to leave myself to that decision sitting up there where to spend $10 million, and that goes back to what I stated earlier. We got to be transparent, listen to what the people want done, and not just what we want done. And believe me, when we open up the doors of the public hearing process, people show up. When I go to council meetings all across the Cooley region, and there's public hearings on capital improvements and public infrastructure expenditures, people show up. People take interest in their community, and they want their opinion of voice, and they want to know where their money's being spent, and they want to provide direction in doing so. So people are out there willing to give instruction for us. We've just got to listen to them and maintain communication.
Another question from the audience. What do you plan to do to solve the long waiting list for